welcome to this quick tutorial on Homeroom, which is our brand new sequenced hub of resources to help you navigate your board certification journey. So this video is for those of you that are returning candidates or who are retaking components. So as you get to Homeroom, and that's pretty easy, it's nbpts.org/homeroom, or you could go to the support tab and then click on Homeroom that way. So once you get to our landing page for Homeroom, you will see that as you scroll down, there are 4 sessions within Homeroom, and these preview what you're going to see in each session. So there are certain sessions that you might not use all of the material in there because you are already through some of your board certification journey. The intention of Homeroom is for you to go through it in a sequenced way, but for many of you, you have a lot of the information that you'll see in session 1. So session 1 is all about what is the board certification process, how to create your account and register, how to pay for certification, but there's some nuggets in here that you might want to take a look at. So in session 1, step 1, you are going to see that there is a list of candidate support. Now, if you did not have any support through part of your board certification journey, you might want to take a look here first. There might be support in your state that you just did not know about. There's also national programs that will help guide you through board certification. So all the links to those programs are here for you. There is also some great tools to kind of help you set that foundation for your journey. There's obviously the portfolio instructions, the standards, the certificate-specific instructions, and again, those open up in a zip drive. Many of you might not have known that you can request accommodations for any part of the board certification journey. There is a guide there for you. And for many of you, we hear from candidates who say that time was a big factor in how challenging they felt the board certification process is. This is a time management tool that can help you think through when and where you can work on your board certification journey. So all of these tools are going to be very helpful to you. So don't skip through session 1 completely. There are definitely some tools that are helpful to you. So there are also moments of joy that as you go through the board certification journey that you might want to share with your colleagues, with your administrators, with your students. So please take a look at those too. When you get to session 2, this is really where the bulk of where you want to be lies. In step 1, it's going to take you through the national board documents. All of these documents are documents you should be looking through and using that language to help guide your writing as you are going through those portfolio components. There's also a review of all 4 components and how each component is weighted. There's also a webinar in Spanish for you to also peruse if you are a Spanish speaker. There are planning guides, so if you never used a planning guide before as you were going through your process, these are available to you as well. So if you take a look at these and you click on them, you will see that it kind of lays out how you can go through each component and what you're going to need to do as you go through those components. Now, again, you might have already completed year 1. That doesn't mean that these guides won't be helpful to you. You can just review and see and pick and choose what might be helpful to you as you continue on with your journey. For many, it might have been that you had no guidance as you went through your first year, or if you were going through a component that you are going to retake. So these are really great places for you to begin. Now, if you go to step 2, this is where you're going to see those deep dives of each component. If you are unaware, we do webinars or office hours for the components and other parts of the board certification process. So here's a great place to get that information. There's a deep dive in component 2. including a Canvas course and a planning guide. There's a deep dive on component 3, and there's also some feedback on how to record videos for component 3. And then there is a deep dive into component 4. So all of that is available to you. And then again, there's that moment of joy if you want to take a look at that. Now, another place that you want to take a look at is the rubrics, making sure that you are hitting what is in each of the rubrics. Now, if you click open your zip drive for your certificate specific instructions, the rubrics are in those folders. You can also take a look at understanding your score, which is another great place for you to get some understanding of how you are going to be scored for your components. Now, you might have noticed that component 1 was not part of this process. That's because that comes a little bit later in Homeroom. It is going to be really starting in step 3 of session 3. And then there is a full deep dive of component 1 in session 4. So if the content test was something that you were very nervous about and you're planning on retaking it, here are all of the resources that you need to get you through component 1. There's study tools, there's a planning guide, there's constructed response graphic organizers, there's a deep dive on our Canvas course as well to kind of help you with that. There's a video on how to use the selected response item graphic organizer. So there's a lot of resources again that might not have been available to you, or you might not have known about when you went through this process initially. So again, Homeroom is a great place for you to get all of the information that you need to really get you through the board certification process. So that is a deep dive on all the components, all of the evidence collection, the writing, all of that. Session 3 is all about how to write and the different types of writing for board certification. So really make sure that you do a good deep dive into that session as well. And then our last session is Session 4 is really all about submission and making sure that you are submitting everything correctly. So getting into those, how to submit your videos, things like that, that is all there for you. So I hope that Homeroom is a helpful tool for you as you are returning to your board certification journey, or if you are retaking any of the components. Thank you so much for watching this video, and good luck